Live just started. Live just started 30 seconds ago. Live just started 30 seconds ago. Live just started. Live just started a minute ago. How's it going?
It's going pretty well. Thanks for letting me on there.
Okay, I see your comment here.
Yeah, now Jesus did a lot of things, right? Right? He did miracles, he helped people out, but he also sinned a shit ton, right? Necromancy is strictly forbidden in the Bible, and that man was rezzing people left and right. Hugh Hefner, at least, is a man of God, you know? He respects the word, like, respectably, like Jesus, good son of God, because he's a bit of a rebel, you know? Like, Hugh
Yeah, well,
Hefner,
the thing I say about Jesus is that he never said anything supreme.
yeah, he didn't even, like, give a name to the God he worshipped. It wasn't like Yahweh, El Shaddai, Adonai. He
Hmm.
united them under Elohim. But Hugh Hefner, he's been in a lot of movies. People respect him. If you like consider who has the most modern sway, certainly Jesus does, like historically, right? People look back on that. But Hugh Hefner, he's been in a lot of fucking shit, bro. He's kind of next level when it comes to acting. Jesus probably wasn't that good of an actor. And if we're talking about acting as God, like being an acting God rather than a passive God, I think Hugh Hefner definitely has the advantage there.
Okay, you know Hugh Hefner was the owner of Playboy, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
See, he has a lot of
I thought you were
influence over
saying he was.
women.
I thought you were saying he was like a Hollywood actor or something.
Yeah, no, he has an image, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, no, and he's constructing that image towards a certain end. And
yeah. So
certainly, like he has influence among women, which is a big problem in the Judeo-Christian faith, you know,
yeah,
the predominance of the male perspective. So Hugh Hefner would definitely introduce a lot of females into the faith, which would be really productive in my opinion.
yeah. So it's like basically your soul. If you can see, it says, "I'm God Almighty." Your soul is your manhood slash courage, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
I'll use that definition. That's a good
what I
one. Yeah.
what I say, a real man and a real woman, a real man and a real woman is a role model, right?
Yeah.
So basically, to keep your manhood intact, you need women. Like a man needs women and a woman needs men to soothe their soul, to for their manhood, their soul to be intact, you know, to not to lose their soul. You know, if you if you were just said, I will never look at a woman sexually, I will never pursue a woman my entire life, like you're gonna lose your soul.
Yeah, I
You know what I'm
agree. I
saying?
think if you're not really like admitting the duality of man, you know, the roles that like maybe not a specific gender needs to prescribe to, but certainly in like a family unit, there needs to be someone who like organizes and provides emotional support.
Yeah,
Now, Hugh
and
Hefner,
it's like what was I going to say? Oh, it's a need, like erotica or a woman or a significant other, whatever, a fling, just erotica is a need, like food, clothes, and shelter.
yeah,
You see what
now
I'm saying?
Hugh Hefner, like he surrounded himself with a lot of prostitutes, is like what some people would use to
Yeah,
detract
I
from
mean,
him being God.
he might have overdid it. He might have overdid it, but I'm just saying, like, if
No,
he
but
was,
like Jesus was like with Mary Magdalene, right? A prostitute. Nobody ever really thinks about that. Yeah. And Hugh Hefner was just around more prostitutes. So in a way, he was a more
yeah,
successful Jesus.
they're both around prostitutes, huh? No,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that that whole Jesus prostitute thing, I don't think that's biblical. I don't think it says that in the Bible. I think that's just something that certain people said. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, Mary Magdalene specifically, like, I think since it's in a couple of different gospels, is something that like holds true to me. But like, definitely, like Jesus just fraternizing with anybody because there's a lot of scripture that implies that like he really is there for his chosen people and to save them from sin. And like modern Christianity, like kind of views Jesus as like an all-encompassing savior. But there's like scripture where Jesus says, like, you will be like a dog that eats the crumbs from the table to those who are not his chosen people. And
Yeah, he
like,
was talking about people who were not Israelites, called them dogs.
yeah,
If you're not an Israelite, you're a dog. And you are to have there nobody's to give you anything holy.
someone in the chat said Hefner was living out the life Jesus gave him. Respectfully, I think Jesus, in a sense, was living out the life Hefner gave him. Now, like a lot of people view space time as this linear thing, but from a godly perspective, time is an illusion, right? So, really, from a godly perspective, Hefner is just as responsible for Jesus as Jesus is for Hefner.
Okay, that's pretty deep.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just let me see if I got any more guests on here who wants to get on.
Yeah, yeah. I get my point. Thanks for letting me
No,
on, man.
I had somebody. I guess they canceled it, but yeah, it's like people. Somebody earlier, I had another group live, another live. It wasn't this topic; it was a different topic. But he was saying people are imperfect, and I said, "How are they imperfect?" You know what I'm saying? And he's like,
Yeah.
I'm like, come
Everyone
on,
has a
tell me.
piece of God inside them, right? Like,
Huh?
how can you say you're an imperfect being when you have that piece of God you can
Yeah,
aspire to
well,
be?
what I look at it, what I stand for is maximum peace, right? Maximum peace.
Oh,
And are you familiar with the term God's will?
yeah, like
Okay.
certainly in scripture and in my personal life, but maybe
So
not your definition.
my preachings are that God's will is maximum peace, and also God's law called universal law, the law of the universe, every planet, God's law, only law is maximum peace or else. You know what I'm saying? So people say, it's impossible to be perfect. You know what I mean? And then like I asked this dude, I don't know if I said imperfect or he said people are imperfect because they're sinners. And then I said, give me an example of the sin that they do. And I mean, it took him like 2 minutes to come up with the answer or something like that.
Yikes.
And yeah, if it's so common that everyone does it, you should say it in the snap of a
Yeah, you
finger.
should be able to fucking
Mhm.
state your point if you're gonna argue it, honestly.
And then well, I drink a lot of Diet Coke, so that's I need forgiveness for God. I'm like, because you drink Diet Coke,
That's
and
a
then I
sin. The right-handed proteins, man, will get you. The sugars, they'll fuck you up.
yeah, well, he's diabetic, so he drinks uh Diet Coke. He said he was
That's actually
diabetic.
terrible for diabetic
Oh,
people.
it
Oh my
actually
God.
it artificial sugar destroys your immune system. But I should have told him that. I didn't get a chance to. But he was like, I drink Diet Coke, a lot of Diet Coke or something. And then I'm like, okay, anything else? He's like, people are murderers. And I'm like, okay, anything else? And he's like, when you tell somebody they look good and they really don't look good, I'm like, are these the only examples you have that billions upon billions of people are supposedly living in sin, sinning over and over, and you give me like three ridiculous examples? You know what I mean? And he was saying that the devil created lust. The devil is the creator of lust. And I'm like, well, your soul is your manhood. So how are you supposed to keep your manhood without erotica? You know what I'm saying? And he's like, and then he said that the devil created lust. And what lust is testosterone and estrogen, right?
Yeah.
Uh, Testosterone is your sex drive. And that's why older men have erectile dysfunction because they lose testosterone. And younger people have a ridiculous amount of testosterone. And I was saying, so you're saying that the devil is the creator put testosterone and estrogen in us, and he's like, I never said the devil and created lust. And I'm like, dude, I always catch these people in lies. They're always lying.
Yeah, no, people will just say whatever shit gets them to the next day, like without thinking about it.
Yeah,
Kind of
they're
depressing.
it's out of fear. They're saying these things out of fear, and it's like what I say, what I preach is that, okay, basically, if somebody's scared, right? If I pull out a weapon, right, on you,
Yeah, like in theory, sure, sure.
are you gonna think it over, or are you just gonna just
No, I'm making a fucking die for it, man.
That's what I'm
Like,
saying. You're not you don't even like, it's like something else is controlling. It's like you're not even fully in control. It's like you're just like boom, like without thought, without anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's really not the best example, but when people are in fear, right? It's like they're not in control of themselves. You get what I'm saying?
yeah, no, people just don't do enough like introspection, reflection, like actual fucking thought to like have that perspective to know for a fact what they would do.
Yeah, they don't think it over. It's like, but when but it's like, okay, so this is what I say, right? Whatever you fear, I tell people to fear absolutely nothing, right? So whatever you fear has, whoever you fear has a portion of your soul. And when you fear absolutely nothing, you restore your soul, right? So now tell me this. But when you're in fear, it's like something else is controlling you. Something is controlling you and possessing you. But tell me this. Do you think that older women, how old are you?
I'm 21.
Okay. Do you think that older women are better than younger women? Like, kind of like just the way they treat you, they just
Yeah,
treat you better? Do you
in my
believe,
experience, when I like dated older women, it's been like a much more mature, like how do you say, reciprocative like relationship. Like
you
they
know
give back,
why? You know why?
I think it's like wisdom and experience.
Because older women are in less fear. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because
they've had
like,
more time to grow into themselves.
well, if you see like a 85-year-old woman, right? She is gonna demand respect from everyone. She's gonna be like, I'm 85 years old. All you young people out here better show me some respect. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
like for
she's like,
instance, I have a
if you don't show me respect and I'm 85 years old, I'm
yeah,
gonna regulate on you. You see what I'm saying? So she has all this courage in her. She has courage because she is so old and she is to be shown respect for her age, right? So she has less fear and more courage, which soul is manhood slash courage, right? So she has less fear and more courage than a girl that's your age, 21 or 16. You get what I'm
yeah.
saying?
I don't know if I'm dating an 85-year-old, but I do agree
Yeah.
that like they have more time to grow into it.
I'm not
But
saying date them, but I'm
like you
just
got
saying
some
that like
battered
they're
women too,
better.
though, like
They're
some
just better.
old women in like abusive relationships who maybe don't have that courage. So I think it isn't necessarily like strictly with age. It's just that age tends to give more time for that process to occur.
Yeah, where it's called restoring your soul. So the older these women get, the more they restore their soul by not being in fear so much. Like a lot of these women are in fear to get a man. They're like, I need to get a man. I need to get a man, blah, blah, blah. But when they're old women, they're like, man, I don't care nothing about no man. I ain't in no fear of getting old. You're like, I demand even if they're like 50 years old, they demand respect from people and from a lot of these younger people. But these young girls is like 18 years old. She doesn't go around demanding respect. She has to earn respect. You know?
Yeah, and then there's the fact that like the people who are trying to justify going after 18-year-olds tend to be complete fucking creeps anyways, you know?
Yeah,
Like
yeah. Well, I mean, if you like, if it's your age, you're 21. Like,
I
it's
mean, like even then I wouldn't go after an 18-year-old. Like there's life difference. Like I'm in college, they'd probably still be in high school. It'd be fucking weird. Like even that 3 year difference.
yeah, but that's what it's not that bad. Like if like for example, if you find a girl who's right in the head, right? If you meet an 18-year-old and you will be like, man, you're the coolest girl I've ever met. I mean, you might wanna go after her. But the
Yeah,
thing
it's
the
just
thing
unlikely to find an
I'm
18-year-old
look,
like
look,
that compared to like a
I don't even support being in a boyfriend girlfriend relationship. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
ah.
you can be friends if you meet a good 18-year-old girl, you can be friends with her. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. You,
If
it's like age doesn't necessarily prohibit you from giving like emotional respect and empathy to someone, you know?
Yeah, and that's
Like,
all look, that's all it is. Is look, I wrote look, these girls get in a relationship. Have you ever been friends with a girl or
yeah,
or a few
I'm
girls?
actually friends with more girls than boys
Okay.
generally. Easy to get
They
along
get
with.
and then they get in a relationship and they leave you for dead. Have you ever had a girl that got in a relationship and left you for just abandon you?
Yeah, I mean, like,
That's
it
what
kind
I'm
of makes
saying.
sense because they're kind of like, end times you can be used as like a crutch to fill a gap that they're like maybe not ready or haven't found the right person to fill yet.
Yeah,
And
but
like,
what
I
what's
don't
that
view that
all
as a
about?
negative thing either. Like, that's
But
just
it's
them
like,
growing
dude,
into themselves, maybe making a mistake, you know?
it's like, dude, but I'm telling you, the thing about it is they will leave you for dead. You get what I'm saying? Like if you're like, dude, I need $50. I'm homeless on the street. I need $50. They'll be like, look, I'm married. I'm married. I can't give you like I'm
Yeah, there's that
37.
social boundary, that like
It's
superficial
ridiculous.
shit.
It's ridiculous. And I wrote a song about that. I haven't finished the song. I said, you met a man and you left me for dead. Uh, all because he had more bread in Jesus' name. And I'll never
Dude, you got a
be.
voice. I hear that tone though. You got it.
You like, and then I said, and then I go, and hold on, let me say it over. Let me say it over. I said, you met a man and you left me for dead. All because he made more bread in Jesus' name. And I'll never be the same. Oh,
I love that shit, man.
you met a man and you left me for dead. Messed me up all in my head. And if I needed $200 from you to stay alive, I'd end
Fuck
up
yeah.
dead.
You got some soul in your voice, man. I
Yeah,
see what people are
I can
saying.
sing a little bit. I used to
Yeah,
sing better,
yeah.
but yeah, I mean that song right there is if that song blows up, dude. I see. I make my own beats. I'm a rapper. I make all my own beats. Um, and I got a rap album coming soon. And I'm the best beat maker in the
Oh,
world.
oh shit. Wait. This probably isn't the scope of the live stream, but I'm a bit of a freestyler myself. You want to
Oh,
put on
for
some
real?
shit, go back and forth for a second? We can make it about God, about Jesus.
I know I don't want to freestyle because I gotta practice, and I don't really freestyle that much. But when I keep freestyling and I practice, I destroy it. I kill it. But
Hey.
I don't want to say anything in my freestyle that gets me banned on from going live.
Oh, hey, yeah. Like I use curse words. It probably
Yeah,
wouldn't
yeah.
be the
But
smartest
if
thing.
you look at my page, I have raps. I do duet raps.
Oh, nice.
And my I think it's my second and third to last video I posted are two different raps, and I murder that stuff. I kill it.
All right. So we have Jesus or Hugh Hefner as like the two God options. Who do you think is the best God option?
Out
Like,
of
yeah,
out, out of
out of
not them,
anyone ever existing.
out of anyone ever existing, who's the
Yeah,
best God option?
yeah.
You would
Like,
think maybe some rapper or some rock star. I don't know. I don't know if anybody did it as big as Hugh. Nobody's really established themselves. Actually, I think I'm the best
well,
God option. Look, look,
hey,
look,
there you go, man.
look, look. I don't
That's the
I don't
confidence
think
we
I
need.
don't think anybody is a good option for God. But I'm just saying I don't really I wouldn't give anybody that not even Gandhi. He said Gandhi. I
You
wouldn't
know,
even give
Gandhi
Gandhi
had
that.
some sus shit going on with underage females. So
Oh
I don't know
yeah,
about Gandhi. Yeah.
I don't know what Gandhi has really accomplished. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't.
Gandhi would test himself by like surrounding himself with like vulnerable underage women,
Oh
and
yeah.
like he failed that test on several occasions.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So
Hmm.
like Gandhi, like he did a lot of good for the world, but you got to recognize him as a full person, not just his actions, you know, or at least
Yeah.
all of his actions if you're taking that approach.
But I wouldn't, man. I wouldn't make nobody got. Well, look, I got the Book of Soul Judgment, man. This book is like it's a bunch of bullets. You know what I mean by bullet form?
Yeah, like just free form, like
Like with
thoughts,
the dots,
efficient. Yeah.
with the dot. It doesn't have the dots, but it's bullets. It's like 40 pages long of bullets. And
So like hyper
it's really
condensed.
like 20 pages long because I put spaces in between them. So it's 40 pages of bullets, and every single bullet is just like boom, like a haymaker to the
Yeah,
devil.
fucking knock you out with
Yeah,
that spiritual wisdom, dude.
it is a powerful book. And basically, like, have you ever heard of religious debate or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, like TikTok
Okay.
might not be the best example, but yeah.
Yeah, but they got it on YouTube, TikTok, Reddit, Facebook. They got groups on there, and but you don't debate facts. You know what I'm saying? You don't debate facts. Like the sky is blue, right? What if I said, "Hey, I challenge you to a debate that the sky is blue"? Like
Uh,
you would look at me
uh,
like I'm crazy, right?
no, I'm actually the kind of philosophy dickhead. Like I'm
Yeah, I
into
know. It's
philosophy
like
where I
when the
could.
sky's not really blue, but if you were in a $1 million contest to paint a picture of the sky, you would paint it
You would
blue,
make
right?
it fucking blue. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Like
So
if there are
basically,
stakes on the table, you're talking about like people widely understand, and you got to fucking adhere to the rubrics of facts that people understand.
yeah,
Like you can't
so
do any of your philosophy bullshit.
and I understand that it is a little debatable, but like if you say that uh humans have hair on top of their head, like you
Can
say,
I give you the
does
debate
hair grow out of
for
does
the
hair
sky
grow
is
out of
blue real
human
quick?
beards?
I have a
Like,
good response to that. I just want to share it.
huh?
I can actually debate the sky is blue one. Like me and my friends have
No,
thrown this back and forth.
I've actually heard people debate it. I've heard people debate it
Yeah, like the
when I
human
talk.
retina like actually is only interpreting the colors that are reflected. So it's actually reflecting blue and it's absorbing every other wavelength of color. So in essence, it's everything except for blue, which is why you see it as blue. Just
Oh,
some
okay, but
scientific shit that like
but
threw
see,
me for a loop.
I heard three different things. I heard one said it was reflecting off the oceans. One said it was like some particles doing some certain things,
Yeah,
and
the particle guy was probably closer.
okay, but you know what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, you don't really debate a fact. You get what I'm saying? So you only like if Christianity is a fact, it would be stupid to debate it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Uh,
it's like you only the only reason you're debating it is because it's a lie. You know what I mean? Like if you're like humans can grow beards, that's a fact. Do you debate it? No.
you have a fucking beard. It'd be pretty hard to debate,
Yeah,
man.
it's like you don't debate it, but then you're like yada 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 about Jesus or Christianity, and then it's like, oh, let's debate. It's like you don't debate facts. You know what I'm saying? And that's just something, you know.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you're not gonna have a productive conversation if you can't agree to like some basic fundamentals just to like fucking argue from, because otherwise you're just talking in circles, not accomplishing shit if you're not accepting some level of fact when you're debating someone.
Yeah, yeah, and what I actually say is I don't believe in such thing as religious people. I don't believe in such thing as atheists because if you tune into my lives, you'll see that I catch them all lying. I catch mostly I would say um about 90% of religious people that I've went live with, I caught them just lying over and over, lying over and over. Like the word lie is like the number one word I use in my live. And I just I actually I would say probably more than 90, but I just talked to one guy and he said, well, he said he wasn't even a Christian and he was rebelling against the church, but he believed in the Bible, but you know how they say they're not a Christian, but they're still kind of a Christian. But he was very peaceful. He was, but you know what I noticed in him? You know how
What
I
was that?
said, you know how I said your soul is your manhood slash courage? I noticed that he had way more manhood than the other Christians. You know what I'm saying? And he was treating me just normal. He wasn't causing strife with me because it's not necessary to cause strife, right? Even if you even if you disagree with someone, you don't have to cause strife. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, like, it's a respectable way to conduct yourself, even if there
Yeah.
is a disagreement, just to
Same.
promote conversation and not that kind of fucking combative energy.
And I noticed and I told him and I said, dude, I said, I can tell that you have a lot of manhood and it's hard to find that. And he goes, and he told me, he says, do you know I went to heaven for 10 days? And I said, I believe you. I kind of believe, I don't know that for a fact, but I'll give
Like
him,
his experience, I'm sure from his perspective, he had
I'll,
that experience of going to heaven, like
I'll
being that
give him,
peaceful, being that honest. Yeah.
I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. You know what I'm saying? And because what I preach, right? And this is very important to why you get my book. I preach that you enter heaven and you enter hell while you're still alive. You don't enter heaven and hell when you die. You enter it while you're still alive. Like, for example, if somebody loses their soul, what happens to their soul? That's what no religion tells you. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
if somebody loses their soul, where does their lost soul go?
Can
And it,
I can I tell you about an experience I had that like is actually about like the concept of losing your soul?
uh-huh.
Now this is a little out there. Like I was in a dark place in my life,
Yeah.
but like I was like communing with like darker entities, forces, kind of like opening myself up to things that weren't godly, weren't soulful, and like I had the prerogative given to me to get seven souls from seven individuals.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and this was like shortly before I took my own life. Like was declared dead and then was revived.
Oh yeah.
But like in that experience, when I was like tasked by some demonic force to collect seven souls, and
Oh, for
after
real?
I got seven people to agree to give me their soul, some out of a lack of belief, some out of like just trust in my methods, or like some of the shit. Like I was practicing witchcraft at the time,
Mm-hmm.
but like some were just compelled by that. But the people who agreed to give me their soul, their life was on a downward trajectory until like I came back together with them and helped them pray to God for forgiveness.
Oh yeah.
Uh, yeah, but like there was one lady who I couldn't necessarily reach, right?
Oh yeah.
And like she didn't want to, she didn't believe in souls. She like her life wasn't on the best trajectory, but she attributed that to the self, and I respect that a lot. Like just internalizing that locus of control, like admitting when you're the one influencing your life negatively.
Yeah.
But she's actually been like gripped by mental illness in like an unfathomable way.
Oh yeah.
Like she was institutionalized permanently about a year and a half after my suicide attempt and sins and against God, you know?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, look, man, I'm not just trying to get your money. Uh, check out my book. You know what I'm saying? Check out my book, and it's to restore your soul. Because what have you ever heard of the word righteous through
Yeah. Like
through
right handed
Christianity?
path, right us. It's like a powerful word.
But that's like, do you know how that word is linked to Christianity?
I know maybe in scripture, like Jesus with both a lion and a lamb, he
Well,
was
it's like
holy and righteous.
if you basically the definition of the righteous is if you accept Jesus, and if you accept Jesus and you obey Jesus, whatever, then you're righteous according to Christianity, right?
Yeah,
And
according to the Christian doctrine.
and my and this is what I want you to do. I want you to ask God to restore those people's souls over and over.
Yeah, that's is what I did for a long
That's
time.
yeah, yeah, over and over, and just do it frequently. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it, and then one day you can stop. You get what I'm saying? So like maybe every 3 4 days, say, God, please restore their soul, and keep doing it, or say, restore their soul for 48 hours, because God, when you do something, it tells in my book, he'll do it for a short period of time, and then you have to come back and do it again. You have to come back and do it again. And
Yeah.
I am God, but my twin is being God right now. So for your peace, I want you to keep asking to restore their souls over and over again. And then
The
one
the shit
day,
I did that like made them pass out when I was in person was in Latin. Do you think I need to pray in Latin?
no, just and this is good for you. This is good for me to tell you, because I'm trying to give you peace. And I want you to tell them, I want you to ask God, just say, God, restore these people's souls, and do it for like maybe 8 months every other day. Do it for 8 months every few days, and then you can just stop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
but like
that's how I'll
the
try to give you peace, because I notice, I can tell you're not a bad person. I know you're not a bad person.
I appreciate that, man.
No, because trust me, I have like a sixth sense to people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
Let's see. I got another guest. Do you want to stay on with them?
yeah. I'd love to hear their perspective on it. You know, like
All right.
Jesus practiced witchcraft. Is it ethical? You know, can you be saved, etc.
How's it going?
Getting ready, it seems.
Hey, what's up? So tell me the point of your life.
The point of my life. Tell me what you think the point of my life is.
Oh,
Oh, you could
hold
get
on,
real
bro. I
cynical
got an
with it.
echo. I'm gonna drop down and come back.
I think the point of your life is to like share spirit with others. And like some
Huh.
naysayers, detractors would say it's to promote your book. But effectively, I think you can be doing both at the same time, you know, like spreading
Uh,
the good word and maybe giving them a resource.
well, this is the thing. If any Christian says Hugh Hefner, right? Then they're going to, according to Christianity, they're going to go to hell, right?
Yeah.
And what I believe 100% of everyone that ever existed on earth would say Hugh Hefner, right? So it's going to wake them up, because they're going to say, I think someone is a better God would make a better God than Jesus. I literally think Hugh Hefner is a better God than Jesus. And that's just, and it's going to wake them up because it was deep down inside of them. It would, and now tell me this. Do you believe any Christians, any Christians on this whole planet would say Hugh Hefner? Do you believe that any Christians in their heart would choose Hugh Hefner?
A Christian? No.
You don't. So
Like,
you're saying zero. You're saying zero Christians on this planet would say Hugh Hefner.
well, I mean, yes, I'm gonna stick with no.
Why
All
would
right.
you? Why would you say no when you got?
No, go ahead.
Okay, no, go ahead. What do you got? What say? What you just say? What you?
So
What
you're asking me like, why would I say would a Christian say that? Because you got to understand what a Christian is. Like,
you're saying?
what?
Like true Christian, but you're saying a fake Christian would say Hugh Hefner, but a true Christian would say Jesus, right?
Yeah.
That's a
Okay.
good definition.
So
Yeah.
what does Jesus have to offer that's better than Hugh Hefner?
Life.
Okay, but if Hugh Hefner was God, he would
Yeah,
offer life too, right?
yeah, Hugh Hefner never did necromancy, never revived people. That's a good point.
But
But he could have if he was God. That's another good point.
but I'm saying if Hugh Hefner was God, he would be able to give out life, right?
Yeah, but he's not God, so he doesn't.
But that's not what we're talking about. You're getting off subject.
Okay, I
Wait, maybe
apologize.
he's saying like Jesus would make a better God because like the
No,
Christian
I'm
belief is
at.
that
He
Jesus
said
was
he
God,
said
you know?
Jesus. He said Jesus would give life. He said one thing. But if Hugh Hefner was God, he would give life also. So what's is better about Jesus than Hugh Hefner?
Okay, all right. So you want me to tell you why I believe that Jesus was God?
No,
Okay, this
I'm not. I don't need you to preach to me. I know everything
well,
about Jesus.
no. I'm not gonna preach. I just wanted to because this will like help with the answer. Okay, so basically,
If
it's
it
gonna be
helps
real.
understand you.
It's gonna be super short. I promise. It's like okay, Jesus came here with a message, a very simple message, and it transcended time. Right. The message was to love your enemy. Now, if people truly understood what it means to love your enemy and not see it as a one-way street, and hopefully my enemy will love me back. But if it was truly a two-way street to love thy enemy, then it would be literally heaven on earth. It'd be no
So, how
wars.
do you feel about justice? So, your enemy, you want to bring justice to the enemy. Satan, so according to you, Satan is the enemy. So, that verse in the Bible is saying to love Satan, right?
Yeah, I would
So,
agree
how
with
would
that.
you?
The Bible
How
does
would
preach
you?
to love Satan.
That's what I tell people. I say when it says love your enemy, it's saying love Satan. Okay, and um,
Well. It doesn't necessarily say love
see
thy
now
enemy.
you're
I
now
mean,
you're
Jesus embraced the devil in the desert, right? Like he
no,
accepted
he
him.
tried to
He
tempt
conversed with him.
Jesus, but it was, I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's like
No,
he embraced him. Yeah. It's like he was on the verge of
Like
embracing,
they communicated, like they were
like
talking openly, you know?
it
Like
said,
that's
so
embracing in a biblical
yeah,
sense.
it's like embracing. And it said he led Jesus up on top of the rooftop and told Jesus to jump down. Like Jesus was just about to jump down off the roof. Like it's ridiculous.
wait,
But
can I give some context to that?
hold on.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
about what's up with justice? So you bring justice to the enemy, right? You bring justice to the enemy. So how are you going to love them if you're locking them up in prison and bringing justice to them? How is that love?
Okay, so that's not what I mean. I guess when you come to like jail systems and stuff like that, you would need some kind of law system. But here's my thing though, right? If you look at all the problems of the world, they all stem from selfishness, right? People steal from other people because they're selfish. They want what other people have. People they basically it's just
It's
selfishness.
actually called fake superiority. The
Yeah.
problems in this world are from strife. It's called strife, STRIFE.
Mhm.
Strife means bitter disagreement or conflict, bitter
But
disagreement or conflict. So strife slash fake superiority.
But here's the
So,
thing: why do people strife though? Why do people go at war with each other?
okay, strife. 100% of strife is a 100% lie. Okay, you'll understand what I'm talking about in the future. 100% of strife is a 100% lie,
I know.
and
I get what you're saying.
and
Cause
strife is fake superiority. Okay, now listen to this: strife slash fake superiority, because you are almost on the cusp of it. But strife and slash fake superiority is the devil's life force. So all these people act like, in Hollywood, they act like, if these rappers and these women, all these women act like if you got more money, then then you're superior.
well, here's the thing. Here's what I would say to that. Right? I would say this. I feel like um, the devil or Satan, Lucifer, however you want to put it. I feel like his life force isn't strife. I feel like it's just sin
I feel like
because
strife is a sin, though. Like
yeah,
when he says
Yeah,
he's dealing in
strife. I
strife,
mean,
he's dealing in like the devil works in the details.
uh,
Like it's the differences that like are causing these conflicts, like the
and that's
okay.
why.
fixation on what makes us
Listen to this.
separate.
Listen to this. So people act like they're superior to you because they have more money. They'll say, if you ain't got no money, take your broke self home, or I took a broke dude's chick, or all the broke dudes don't deserve no, what she said. What did she say? All the broke dudes don't deserve no
No
kitty
kidding.
or something like
Yeah.
that. Uh you got materialistic things. My house is, and this used in the past, materialistic things used to be real big. Materialistic things. I wear Jordans. I wear Gucci. I drive a Benz. I got a nice house. My house is bigger than yours. I got a, a better chain than you. That's materialistic,
But
fake.
that's just the media basically pushing the narrative. Like
Okay,
I'm pretty
but
sure like all of these
but
celebrities
people
and all of
but
these
people act but people act like they're superior to you.
yeah, but all of these celebrities and all of these music artists, they're pushing this idea that you're not nothing unless you have these cars and you got all these women. But that's not even true.
And
But they
why?
got
Because
everybody
because they
believing that.
did what? Because they did what?
They sold out.
Because they sold their soul to the devil, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm telling you about the devil's life force.
And
That the
that's what I'm saying. I'm
That's what
saying
I'm
that the
saying. You're like
devil,
you're
he
like
strives off of
but
sin,
you're like
not
right on the cusp of
not
like everything I'm
necessarily
saying, you're like right on the cusp of it. You get what I'm
not
saying? Like that's
yeah, but
two times that you were right on the cusp of these things.
yeah, but
And
it's not necessarily like strife it's not strife. It's sin because sin is the root
okay,
of all
give
things.
me an example of give me an example. So you're saying everybody's a sinner, right?
Well, technically, yes.
What do they do? What tell me five sins that they do that are common sins that people do. Five.
You mean celebrities or people in
No,
general?
just
Just people.
you said everybody's a sinner, so tell me five common sins.
Okay, pretty sure people lie. Pretty sure people have performed some kind of adulterous act or had an adulterous thought. I'm pretty sure people had a covetous thought, like, damn, I want that for myself, or I wish I had what he had. Like, you feel me? But it's not.
Okay, what
Hey, my
about
headphones
evil?
died. I
So
gotta hop off the live. I'll let you guys get to it.
if
Uh,
somebody has $1 billion, if if somebody has $1 billion and I say, man, I wish I had $1 billion just like him, you're saying that's evil.
no, no. But
Okay,
but
so
but wanting but
if
wanting.
so
So let's say like
do you
let's say
think
like if
what do you think one woman can is enough to satisfy a man for a lifetime?
one man.
A one woman is enough to satisfy a man for a lifetime.
Yes, I believe
That's
that.
a
Yeah.
lie. That is a lie.
Why you think that?
So you don't look at some type of erotica or anything ever?
I mean, I have, but if
Okay,
I have a
but
well,
why?
but
Because
if I have a girl, because I don't have a girl at the time. But if I
how
got a
old are you?
girl,
How old are you?
I'm not watching none of that.
How old are you?
I'm in my early 30s.
one woman cannot satisfy a man
That's
for
not
his life.
true.
Married people do not even have sex. You understand? You
Well,
ever
that's because
heard
they.
you ever heard when they said after the honeymoon all the sex is over? You never heard anybody say that?
Yeah, I
Married
heard
people,
that before.
married people do not even have sex. So how is one woman okay, do you think that a
Wait,
man
hold
needs
on, but you're equating marriage to just having sex. That's not even what marriage is supposed to be about. If you want to
I'm
if
talking
you want to
about
do something to just have
no,
sex,
you said
then you can
looking
just
at
not get
you
married.
said adulteress, you said looking at people lustfully in an adulterous way, right?
Right.
So if a man is married to a woman, he's evil for saying, "Wow, that woman over there looks good."
Absolutely.
He's evil.
Yeah, you're not supposed to do that.
Dude, you're evil for saying that. Do you know
I
the
mean,
devil is a sexual terrorist and nothing else?
that's exactly where those thoughts come from. You have a wife, yet you're over
The
here
devil
looking at this
the
other woman.
look, your sex drive is your testosterone and estrogen.
Okay, but you got to control these things. So you
You
telling me
can't
that
control your
you're telling
testosterone.
me that
There's
you're
nothing
telling me
you can
that it's
do.
so.
There's
Let me tell you.
nothing you can do to control your testosterone
Let
and
me
estrogen.
let me ask you this, right? So do you think it'd be okay if you had a wife and she was looking at other men, and then she
Of
told you that
course. What
one man can't,
what is
I
she
can't satisfy me, one man can't
she would
satisfy me.
she would lose her soul if she didn't.
So how is it okay for you to do it, but it's not okay for her to do it, unless you're
I
losing
said I
yourself too?
said it is okay for her to do it. I
So
don't
it's okay.
believe in marriage. I don't believe in marriage anyways.
Oh, so you can't even have this conversation
Okay,
for real, for
so
real?
marriage is somebody invading your boundaries, right?
No,
So you're saying no married person has ever gotten their boundaries invaded by
that's
their husband or wife.
no. You asked me what marriage is, not what happens
I
in a
said
marriage.
in a marriage is some can does some 100% of marriages the husband and wife invade each other's boundaries. Too severe. And most of these marriages are from gold diggers. Do you believe that?
Sure, I'll say sure. Yeah,
Okay.
I know.
Do you believe that gold digging is selling your soul?
No.
How is that not selling your soul?
Do you know what selling your soul is?
I'm God
First of all, you
Almighty. Do
can't.
you know what it is?
First of all, you can't even sell your soul because it's not yours to begin with. It's not yours to sell. So
How is your
you
soul
can't
not
sell your
yours?
soul.
Your soul is yours.
No, your
Okay, then
soul
that's
belongs
selling
to
saying
the Creator.
if you say that your soul is not yours, that means you are a sold soul. You sold your soul to somebody. You need to get my book. Just read my book, dude. That's the only thing
I
I'm gonna
mean,
tell you.
no, I guess I agree. I guess I agree with you because I guess I because when celebrities sell their soul, they don't necessarily sell their soul, but they like it's like who they're giving their allegiance to. So
Okay, now listen to this. Your soul is your manhood slash courage. Okay, so all that talk about not looking at other women and when
I
you're
wouldn't agree
married,
that that's what your
look,
soul is.
that that is sexual terrorism to snatch your manhood. All the devil tries to do is take manhood away from people. So when you say get one woman, never look at another woman, that is an attempt to snatch the manhood out of somebody because you need erotica. Erotica is a need. Do you believe that, like I said, a man needs a woman, a man needs erotica? Do you believe that a man needs erotica?
Well, you have to define what erotica is. Like,
Just
well,
like being pleased by a woman, being embraced by a woman, being intimate with a woman. Do you think a man needs that in his life?
yes,
Okay, that's because your soul is your manhood, and women and
no,
erotica
but I
soothes
don't.
your soul,
I
and it
don't.
soothes your
Hold on,
manhood,
hold
and
on.
it
I don't
keeps your manhood
agree. I
intact.
don't agree that. I don't agree that the soul is your manhood. I don't agree to that.
Okay, so if you're not a real man or you're not a real woman, do you have your soul?
Yes, I think. Well, what I believe a soul is a like a combination of like all of your feelings. That's what I think your soul is. It's a combination of any possible feeling that you could have. That's your soul.
Okay. So your soul is life itself. Soul is life itself, right? So the reason you can't bring a dead person back to life is because their soul is gone, right?
Um,
The
bro,
reason
this
a
is all I have to
person
say.
is dead.
I did a lot of things in my life, and I can't necessarily answer your questions as black and white as you would probably want because I've done a lot of things. I've seen a lot of things
Okay, but when a person is dead, do you think their soul is still continues to remain in their body?
in their body. No,
Okay, so when they die, their soul is gone. And that's why you can't bring them back to life. Okay, so your soul is your life. Now, your soul,
Jesus brought people back to
you
life.
can live the life of a God with your soul. You can live the
Mm,
life of a God with 100% of your soul, or you can lose your soul and you can live the life of a devil. But guess what? The more you lose your soul, the closer you get to death, right? Do you agree with that?
yeah, I agree with that.
Okay, so you're saying the more you lose your emotions and feelings, the closer you get to death. And that doesn't make any sense.
That makes
Now,
perfect
now
sense.
it's okay. It's okay. You don't got to defend yourself. But what I'm saying is the more you lose your soul, and I'm not mad at you, the more you lose your soul, the closer you are to death, right? Because why? Because your soul is leaving your body and leaving your body and leaving your body. And what is death? When the soul leaves the body.
I mean, but you know, in accumulation, like one of the feelings is love, which makes up a big portion of our soul. And when we have a lack of love, that's like that was pretty much the feeling I was talking about. Love. When you don't love other things, then you do the craziest stuff because
I don't
you
love.
have
I
no
don't
love.
really love anybody.
Wow, that's
I don't love anybody.
it's pretty
I I I mean, like, who's giving me maximum peace? I mean, I stand for maximum peace. It's like really, like nobody's giving me maximum peace.
So what's more maximum peace than everybody loving each other?
Yeah, but see, when you get to heaven, you're going to show a lot of love to maximum peaceful people. But it's like it's different for me because I'm God, and I'll be like, this is good for your soul. This is good for your soul. This will restore your soul. And people are like, no, no, I don't want to hear it. And then it's like, what do you think I'm going to show love to this person who
But why
basically,
do you think you're
but
God though?
but who basically sold their soul to the devil?
So why do you think if you're saying that you're basically incapable of loving, how could you call yourself God?
I mean, what is there to love?
Even if people
Tell
reject
me
you, you
what.
still
Tell me
supposed to love them.
what is there to love? What is there to love?
Alive.
What is there to love?
And that's the reason why
See,
God,
you
like,
be avoiding my questions, man.
what is there to love?
What is there to love?
The soul of that person. That's what
Okay,
is to love.
people really don't have their soul on this planet.
It's there.
They have
It's
they have
there.
a less of a soul, but I'm just saying, dude. How are you going to tell me to love people? You don't know the people I talk to. I don't really hardly even talk to anybody.
No, I'm just saying that if you're saying that you're God, but you say you don't love, that's not what a God would do. A God would love unconditionally at that.
Okay, if I'm God, right? I've been saying I was God for a long time, right? And
Hmm.
nobody has helped me in my mission. Nobody has said I want to help you preach what you preach. Nobody has said that to me. Why would I show anybody love?
I mean, just because people don't agree with what you're saying, don't mean that they don't love you as a the
No,
souls inside of
they
you.
must hate me. If they don't help me out, they must hate me or something. But it doesn't matter. I mean, I got my people. I got people that are dear to me. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't just say the word love. You know what I'm saying? But I got people, I got friends, they're dear to me, but I'm not gonna be like, I love you. Like it's love is because look, when you the God's law, God's only law is maximum peace or else. Maximum peace or else.
And how do you achieve maximum peace?
So if people you ensure maximum peace.
You can only have maximum peace through love. That's the only way.
No, that's not true. That makes you sound like a sucker for love.
I'm a sucker for peace, maximum peace.
Look, you use supernatural powers. Can I show you my supernatural powers to give you peace?
Sure.
Okay, this is what I do in my lives. I do these all the times in my life. Okay, when on the count of three, I'm gonna remove the discomfort off of your body. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. One, two, three. Go away. Do you feel the discomfort leaving off of you?
I'm not discomforted. Like I'm not in a state of discomfort.
Okay, say this. Say for your mental health, say back to normal. Say back to normal so your just mental health can go back to normal. See if that works.
Wait, who am I talking to
Just say
when I
back
say
to
that?
normal, like a like a wizard.
I can't do that.
All right, then you're not going to go to heaven. If the only way you can survive heaven is by using supernatural powers. You enter heaven while you're still alive. I'm in heaven. You're
Wait a
talking
minute,
to
wait a minute, wait. Why do you think you gotta survive heaven? Like what?
because there's a certain version of heaven on planet Earth. There is a version of planet Earth's version of heaven you enter, and you get in fights with lost souls, and they can kill you
In heaven?
in the heaven that you go to on earth. In the process of entering heaven and going to heaven, the earth's version of heaven that you enter, there are lost souls in there, and they will kill you if you don't use supernatural powers. So if you don't use supernatural powers to defend yourself from the devil, which no one is safe from discomfort, and discomfort is the devil itself, a living creature. No one is safe from that. If anybody does say they're discomfort free, they're a liar. And to survive heaven, you have to use supernatural power on lost souls, or they will kill you and suffocate you with discomfort, death.
You want me to tell you that supernatural power might be?
I'm sorry? And
I
I'm
said
not
I think
trying to be mean to you, but if you read my book, everything's in the book.
no man, I'm talking directly to you.
Go ahead.
But yeah, no, I'm saying I think love would be how you destroy the devil through love.
No. This book is the only way to destroy the devil.
So not so okay, so what's your thing against Jesus? Like
I think
why what
Jesus is the devil. I think Jesus never said anything supreme.
okay.
I think
Why do you think
Jesus never said anything supreme that a 7 through 9 year old couldn't make up.
okay. Um he didn't say anything supreme. I mean he said that he was God.
What I've
That's
been
not
telling
supreme.
you, the things I've been telling you about your soul and about maximum peace and about supernatural powers and about erotica being a need and your manhood being your soul. So these are, I've been talking to you supreme, telling you supreme things. Jesus never said anything supreme. That he only said things that a 7 through 9 year old could make up.
Okay, so let's say we went off of what you said. What did you say will bring out maximum peace? You said erotica.
No. I said erotica is soothing for your soul to
Okay.
and okay, your soul is your manhood, right? So your manhood is your heterosexuality. So all the devil tries to do is eliminate 100% of heterosexuality. And the devil is a sexual terrorist and nothing else.
I can see how you came to that conclusion.
Okay. And you need a woman, you need erotica to soothe your soul or to keep your soul intact because you have something called testosterone and estrogen in you. And
So what do you
it is heavily attached to your soul, and it is heavily attacked by the devil. That's all the devil does is attacks your stuff.
I don't think he attacks your genitalia. I think he attacks your
All
belief.
discomfort is the devil. Whenever discomfort touches you, it touches your private parts 100% of the time.
Whoa.
Every time you feel discomfort, it touches your private parts.
All right, so if you're God Almighty, right? Do you mean like you? What do you mean by that? Like, do you mean like you're the creator, or there
No,
is
I'm
no
not the
God
creator.
and you're? Hold on,
I
there is
didn't
no.
create everything.
Hold on, wait. There is no God, and like you are God in this existence. Like
No,
what?
I'm my create the creator is my twin. Ra. Have you ever heard of Ra?
Yep.
Ra is being God right now. He's my replacement. But
Ra's
we're the
being God.
Gemini twins.
Do you know where Ra came from, right?
Yeah, Kemet.
Not necessarily. I mean, have you heard of Samaria, the Anunnaki?
Yeah, I never did research into them.
Okay, well, basically, Samaria was a society before Egypt, and they were pretty much the people who were like here, like literally right after the flood. So,
Yeah, I don't
the
believe in the flood. If you read my book, look, you can't fit 27 million animals on a 500-foot boat.
who said it was 500 feet?
The Bible says it's a 500-foot boat.
I'm pretty sure it was way bigger than that.
Nope, it tells the measurements of the boat in the Bible. It tells the height, the width, and the length in the
But
Bible. And
but
it's
they found
500 feet, and it's 27 million animals who was on that 500-foot boat.
you know that they found where the boat landed.
No, that is a lie.
All right, well, I don't really like to get into the flood because if you believe it or you don't, the reason why I believe the flood happened is because I read the book of Enoch. The book of Enoch talk about the flood and why it happened and all that other stuff. So,
Yeah. But hey, man, I'm gonna go to the next guest. I want you to get my book. I mean, if you don't want to get it, I mean, it's no big deal to me. But I'm trying to tell you, it's gonna be a big help to you.
all right, can I say one thing before I go?
Yeah.
All right, basically everybody, Jesus Christ died. So, Jesus Christ died on the cross for our sins because we sinned against infinite being, and the only way to pay the price of an infinite crime is with an infinite being. So Jesus Christ was God because he's the only one who can pay an infinite price. So just if you want more assistance in like understanding the Bible, just call on the name of Christ and
So wait,
he'll come to you.
you're saying blood sacrifice is the solution to all problems.
Well, yes. Yes.
Okay. So you're saying blood sacrifice is better than maximum peace.
Well,
So
you
I'm maximum peace. Your God is blood sacrifice. Who's better, blood sacrifice or maximum peace?
do you know what the sacrifice was for?
I know
What?
everything about Jesus, but whatever, dude.
I
I've,
mean,
I've already told you Jesus said nothing supreme.
listen. Okay, so in order for you, this is why the whole blood sacrifice thing happened, right? Because there is life in blood, right? So, like I was saying earlier, if we sinned against God, right, and we can't pay that price because it is an infinite price. This is an infinite being that we sinned against. So the only person who could pay that price would have to be that infinite being.
A
That's but
sin, listen, a sin is preventing maximum peace.
a sin is preventing maximum peace.
Preventing, that's the definition of a sin.
No,
And
a
it's
sin is
sexual terrorism.
separation. A
Sexual
sin is
terrorism.
a sin is separation from
A
the Creator.
sin, a sin is an attempt to eliminate 100% of manhood.
Wait, but sin is a separation from the Creator.
A
That's what sin
sin
is.
is an attempt to eliminate 100% of manhood.
That's not what a sin is. Are you going off of Bible or your own understanding?
Your soul is your manhood. So if somebody doesn't have their manhood, do they have their soul?
I mean, I could be in a car accident and lose my genitalia, and I would still be a man, and I would still have my soul.
If you got in a car accident and lost your genitalia, you probably are cursed by God, and you probably don't have your soul.
So if I got in a car accident
God would never do that to one of his people.
if I got in a car accident and I lost
God
the
would
bottom
never
half of
see.
my body,
That's where you messed up.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're
God would
saying.
never do that to one of his people.
Because God's chosen would be protected, so that wouldn't happen. But it could.
Okay? So
So if that
if somebody had zero manhood, somebody has zero manhood, do you think they would have their soul?
wait, so if you lost a part of your body, you would think that God was cursing you.
All right, man. I'm gonna have to go ahead and end this live.
Don't end a law, man, for me.
How's it going?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine. Sorry it took so long.
No, it's good. So my was just more or less my understanding is, or trying to understand what you're stating. But I mean, where do you get that your soul lives on beyond death?
Where do I get your soul goes beyond death?
Yeah.
Because your soul is well, I live in another dimension. I live in another dimension with of the people of lost soul, and it's the more well behaved people of lost soul, and I live in that dimension with them, and they're going to be in there for eternity.
Okay. So what about your spirit? What happens to your spirit when you die?
Your spirit is okay. If I give you $100, right?
Right.
That's a good spirit, right? If I steal $100 from you, that's a bad spirit, right?
That would be a bad action. I wouldn't call that a spirit.
Okay, a spirit is a lingering essence. So if I stole $100 from you, something would linger, right? I would linger.
Well,
I would linger on you, right?
well,
If you found out I stole 100, something would linger.
yeah,
I would linger around, right?
but I think maybe there's a different. You're using the word spirit in a different sense because spirit is energy.
Okay, but you're not letting me. You're not answering my question, and you're
All
not
right,
letting
all right,
me finish.
all right.
You're not letting me finish. If you answer my question, I will finish. I will answer. I will say what a spirit is. So if I stole $100 from you,
Mm-hmm.
an essence of me would linger on you, right?
I guess so. Yeah, he would.
Okay, that is a spirit, a lingering essence. So a good spirit doesn't contain lost soul, and a bad spirit contains lost soul matter, right?
Mm.
Which is discomfort. Discomfort is lost soul. So when you have a headache, that is other people's lost soul inside of your head making your head hurt because it's a matter.
So, how would you depict if a house washes away by the water? Would you consider that a spirit too?
If a house washes away by the water,
Mm-hmm. Could it affect you? Now it's lingering.
I don't get what you're trying to say. I really don't
Well,
know.
what I'm saying is, you were saying if you were to take if you were to give me $100, it would be like your spirit's lingering something good that you did, and if you take away the $100 or steal it from me, more or less, that your spirit would linger, that your persona would be left around me. So what I'm asking is that so if a tsunami comes and washes my house away while I'm in it or whatever, that'd be something bad towards me.
Oh yeah, that's a
So
bad spirit. That it would be a bad spirit, and the devil and lost soul would jump on you. Like for example, it might be in Asia, a tsunami, right?
mhm.
And you might have a bunch of people, they're racist towards Asians, and they see a tsunami and they go, "Yes, I'm glad that tsunami happened because I'm racist." Then they would lose their soul, and their lost soul would get on those Asians in discomfort because you know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, all discomfort is lost soul, or there would be some devil that sold their soul, or maybe there's already a devil that exists and they sell their soul to the tsunami.
Right.
But
Okay.
it would be a bad spirit of
But
discomfort and all that.
with the term soul and spirit, if we get the definitions on what they really are, because those are new meanings to what a soul or what a spirit is. Those aren't the original meanings of what they were
What
used.
you're talking about, what I'm saying is a new meaning.
Yeah, it's a new meaning.
Yeah.
Because the soul is made up of your flesh. Everything in
Well, actually, nobody knows what soul is, and nobody knows what spirit is,
well, I mean,
and nothing tells you what it is.
the Bible tells us what it is.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
The Bible does not tell you what spirit is. It tells you what's going to happen to your spirit. It tells you what's going to happen to your soul, but it doesn't tell you what it is. I know.
Well, see, the soul is who you are as a person. Genesis 2:7, when God breathed into Adam the breath of life, which is the spirit, and Adam became a living soul or a living being. The soul is made up. The soul is in your blood. It's made up of who you are. So
Soul is in your body, man,
I
and
know it's in your blood.
it's not it. Well, whatever, you can say what you want. I know where my soul is, but I'm not gonna get into all that.
Right, right. So, but I was saying, so it does speak about it to where the soul dies as well. Because again, you have Adam, he only became a living soul because of the breath of life, the spirit that went in him. Ezekiel talks about the soul that sins, it itself will die.
So
So,
you're saying God has this breath.
which is
God, there's
well,
something
called,
you're saying there's something special about God's breath.
well, it's a terminology. It's more poetic.
Okay, now
But
see, now you're talking. See, I
okay,
got you thinking now. I got you thinking.
so what the term there, breath, is really term there is spirit, and it's called ruach. Spirit is wind in Hebrew.
Okay, I say spirit is a lingering essence.
I mean, I guess it's an energy force, so I mean, it can linger.
It's bad spirit contains lost soul.
You know? So
Anytime somebody does something bad, it's a bad spirit, right? Anytime somebody loses their soul, it's a bad spirit, right?
I think, I mean, the way that you're using it, I would use it. Yeah, I could agree with you. Figuratively, it's a bad spirit, but in actuality, what the spirit is, it's not that. I mean, it's your actions and the persona that you throw onto others because of your actions. People are affected by it. So I wouldn't say that it's a spirit that's lingering on you, but more that
So
action.
what you're saying, your spirit is like a persona. So are you saying you can have a good spirit and a bad spirit? So you're saying if I give you $100, you're saying that's not a spirit at all.
I wouldn't say it's a spirit. It's more of an action. It's a feeling that one gets.
And you're saying a spirit is what, like a ghost?
A spirit is the energy that runs our body. It's just like a phone. You have a battery pack, right? So
No,
that
a
battery.
spirit can be matterless.
Well, I'm just telling you as in a reference on what it is.
Energy is a matter.
Well, the energy leaves our bodies. Our spirit goes
Spirit
back.
is matterless.
Our spirit goes back to God, and our soul dies.
How does your spirit go back to God? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, it's the spirit
You're
is.
worshiping, dude. You're just worshiping.
Well, our spirit is just an energy source. It's like a radio. If you
Where'd you get that from?
I got it from the Bible.
What verse says that?
That
Because you've been rambling on things I've never heard before.
so you're
I
saying
know the Bible, and I think you're lying.
so as you're stating that what our spirit goes back to God.
Now that's from the Bible, but all this other stuff you said is not from the Bible. You're just making it up.
Well, you got to understand what the spirit is.
It's a lingering essence. I know what a spirit is.
So when it comes down to it, how does God create stuff? In the Bible, He uses His spirit. It's His force. It's His power.
His
God,
spirit. What is creating something have to do with your spirit?
because what I'm stating to you is that God's spirit, which is His power, is put into us as an energy. It's a
Why
light.
is God's power called a spirit? So I perform supernatural miracles in my group. I do exorcisms in here.
So
How is, and that's God's power. How is that a spirit?
because God is a spirit. It's God's energy. God is a.
So you don't think God is in the human form?
No, God's not even a human, nor is He.
So why does the Bible say man was created in God's image?
We are created in His attributes of His personality.
Okay, now I'm sorry, man. You're just making stuff up, dude.
What do you mean?
He's just making stuff up. Like it's not even in the Bible, dude. All right, that's the end of this live.